Books. How do they work? I looked it up, and what did I find? Apparently, you operate books through a process known as reading. Okay, so I am actually familiar with reading. When you Google something, you type it in, and then you read the results. When you want to know what YouTube video you're going to watch, you read the title. So, I think you have to read the words over here, which are Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist, complete and unabridged. So, as far as I understand it, that's books. You read it. Back in the 90s, when books were first introduced into the public, obviously they were printed with instructions, but in the big boom of 2007, they got so popular that it became common knowledge how to use books. But I'm obviously too young to remember 2007, so now they're just printed without any sort of instructions on them, and I'm just lost in the sea of how to use these. I'm not sure if I'm meant to connect them to the TV, do they Chromecast, wait a second. Boys? It's hacking time. Okay, so I just finished hacking into the mainframe of the Born Supremacy and the Born Supremacy. Did I just hack into a movie? Dude, I thought this was books. Okay, I just hacked into a book. This is a book, not a movie, not a television show. This is a book. The Odyssey by Homer. I looked on IMDb, Homer is nowhere to be found. This is a book. Now, the code actually gave me something quite interesting. There is no module for any kind of external display. There is no module or parameters for any kind of peripherals or external controllers. You're just meant to somehow access the knowledge directly from the device itself. So I'm not sure if there's like a password or something. Melon. Yeah, I don't get how this is supposed to work, to be honest, to be completely fair, to be completely frank. And I'm always frank. If there's one thing that I am, I'm not Jason, I'm Frank. There's nowhere to screw drive. Maybe it's just, nah. Because I might break it if I just... Maybe it's a bit of a no. What if I never get to read it, you know? It's just like, no. There's nothing in here. I don't get it. Maybe I can stethoscope my way through this, you know? I've got nothing. There's only so many ways that a thing can communicate knowledge. Surely it can't all just be left up to... Hello?
Many secrets lie yet uncovered. You have been sent 3 locations.
Who is this? Smells like a mystery. All 3 locations were about 30 minutes away. I climbed into my car and got it started, slipping on my sunglasses, because how am I supposed to drive without sunglasses? Hello? Anyways, I got to driving and I arrived at the first location, Bergion Books. I had heard of this place. I had seen it on the television. I looked around and my head was simply spinning from the sheer amount of books in this place. All for 2, 3, 4, 500 rand. Well, once I had discovered the price, they saw I wasn't going to buy anything and I tried to leave, but they had locked us in. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't lock us in. They were just keys in the door. I thought it'd be funny to say that. I was reeling from all this information I just learned at just one location. But we drive on. We arrived at the Valley of the Tigers. It was a shopping mall. What a dramatic name for a shopping mall. I wandered inside and I stumbled through the halls until I came across another shop called Exclusive Books. I'd also seen the ads for this. I had seen them on the radio with my own 2 eyes. More of the same here. Books stacked from floor to ceiling, all costing more than 300 rand. I'm detecting a pattern. I think it's time to follow the money. Well, I followed the money to the third location where I found a place called Wallow Bruges. Within Wallow Bruges was a shop called Wordsworth Book, where I found, you guessed it, even more books for even more money. They were just absolute rows and rows and stacks of fiction, non-fiction, historical fiction, drama fiction, romantic fiction, science fiction, all for the low price of 400, 500, 600 rand. There was even a security camera making sure I wasn't uncovering any conspiracies. I tried to intimidate it by staring it down, but it didn't even blink, not even once. I had to get out of there. I stumbled out into the cold night, and I found a really lovely Lego exhibit. It was a little medieval town with some trees and a castle. The castle was really, really detailed, and like it had a bunch of guys dressed up like trees in front of it. I don't really know what Lego set that's from, but they all had like these tree trunks their heads were poking through, and then there was a forest with King Arthur fighting the Black Knight, like from Monty Python, and there was Harry Potter and some dragons and Excalibur over on the side. It was really, really cool. But I'm getting sidetracked. I drove home back through the cold night, and I was just wondering what it all could mean. I had followed the money, but all it left me was confused. I was trying to uncover how books work, but I'm not sure I could even afford them. I went to sleep, wondering what it all could mean.
You've been sent to one last location. There you will find the truth. They are open until 3 o'clock. Good luck.
I followed the directions, driving through fields and dirt roads and traffic stops and roundabouts, and I journeyed for hours and hours until I stumbled upon a strange building called a library. I had heard of all the previous shops via advertising and billboards, but not this. I made my way inside and found friends! No, unfortunately, the friends table was empty. I have to come back if I was trying to find friends. But what I did find was almost as interesting as friends. I found rows and rows of books. More books than I'd ever seen in one place. Shelves and shelves and stacks of books, magazines, newspapers, instruction manuals, legal documents, comic books, and even old people. I found myself wondering, overwhelmed by the sheer weight of the information stored in this building. I picked up a few novels and looked to the back for the price, but there was none to be found. Surely they couldn't just be giving these books away. Well, they weren't exactly. You have to bring them back, but that's pretty close to giving them away. But how could this be? As far as I know, books are expensive. I'd never even heard of a library, a place that was lending them out to the general public. This must be some kind of conspiracy. Indeed, it was. Big books with the big money was covering up the existence of the libraries from the public so that no one knows. They don't even have to pay for books. They can just go to the library and get all of them for free. I walked out, puzzled and defeated. I was confused. I was discombobulated. How could I ever uncover the secret of books with such muddied waters, under the gaze of such corruption and secrecy? How could I ever figure out how books work? I started to drive home, and there, I called it quits. I began to pack my books away. There was no more need for them. All was lost. I was done. Just then, in my darkest moment, I spotted something, a gleaming ray of hope in the corner of the room. I think this is books. Wow. So that's books.